networking is certainly important. We do it every day, and I advise our candidates to do the same as well. And also hiring managers, if they don't want to use a recruiting source or they don't want to place an ad, I've met many hiring managers who have found great candidates via networking. And I actually had a placement about 3 months ago, and the CFO says, this is the first time I've ever used anything outside of my network to bring in, it was a finance and accounting position. I just know people, and I call them up, place the phone call, hey, look, I got this opportunity, what do you think, do you know anybody? And that's the way that he's found his candidates. But in addition, when you're coming out, definitely I would suggest networking. I am involved in the IMA San Gabriel Valley chapter. We actually presented last month. We meet in Irwindale, so just letting you guys know, our next meeting is going to be May 21st. But things like that are certainly valuable to attend because you meet other professionals with it, maybe within your industry or not, but you meet other professionals who are working, and you never know where that relationship may turn to. And they meet you, and you definitely get to, hopefully learn something. We have speakers all the time that come in, but definitely that whole networking scene is definitely something you want to engage yourself in. So we're always looking to increase our enrollment, and I'm always looking to meet new candidates. So for me, this is sharing my experiences with you, but it's also it's networking, right? We all come together in one place and meet one another. So I think that's important to do that. I mean, who doesn't want to meet somebody new every single day that you guys have, that you may share similarities with? I think that's certainly important.
I would add networking. Talk to Stephanie or Pamela or Chris. Networking is a strategy. One of the things on the resume that I look for is this newly minted student, have they participated in anything outside of the college experience? Are they a member of the Brazilian American Chamber of Commerce? Are they a member of the Certified Financial Managers Association? Are they a manager of the XYZ Chamber, whatever it might be, the IMA? Give me 3 of those things. Buy the $25 student membership, show up at a couple of meetings, slap it on your resume, and that's step 1. Because step 2, what does networking look like? It's going to these conferences, connecting up with somebody at your table, having your school business card available, and you saying, you know what, I'm looking for a job eventually, but gosh, I would just like to talk to you. Can I take you out for coffee? Because I'm a broke college student and gonna have huge loans to pay, but I can do coffee with you. And that's how it starts. And once you start that connection, the other thing you need to do is have follow-up. The worst thing I've seen happen is I make my time available for somebody for informational interviews, or they reach out to me to network. They come over, I do the coffee, yeah, look at here, look at there, what you doing, what you about, what's your elevator speech? Get your elevator speech down as your homework assignment, so that when you're networking with somebody, you can say, hi, my name is Maria. I am a da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm looking for this, but I'd like to talk to you about this. Now, the next best thing to have happen after you connect and you meet is follow-up. For me, follow-up means, I get tons of journals and newspapers and articles and stuff, and I'm always sending something out to somebody. Hey, I thought you'd be interested in this, or this came across my desk, or so-and-so, is interested in your field. I want to just connect you guys. And you've got to have that follow-up. I've met with a lot of people on informational interviews and networking thing. I never hear from them. I get a little thank you email, which is important, but it's a consistent, regular follow-up, because that's what the network is. As Mark had mentioned, this may not connect for 2 or 3 or 4 years. But gosh, when it does connect, they know you, and they could even be a reference on your resume.
It's definitely the seeds that you plant. Some of our best recruiters or some of our best candidates have planted those seeds. They may not grow now, but sooner or later you start planting those seeds, and down the road those contacts may become valuable to you, and at least they know who you are. So it's definitely, networking is certainly a journey, it's a process, and it's definitely it is a strategy.
One thing you want to do, if I could add to Chris's thought here, get into those associations, be a student member, and connect up with somebody who is really out of reach, that they'll never talk to me. That's who you want to talk to. Be careful, you want to get up two or three rungs, where you want to be in about 15 years. That's who you want to target and take them out to coffee, because you know what? They're comfortable, they're safe. And they're going to have their network of their own where they can put Paula to Mary to John. So that's really where your target is if you wanted to actually get started in networking.
All right. Last question, and then I'll take a couple of questions from you guys. But directed towards the international students, we have a large population of MBA international students here. Does any of your companies sponsor or hire them? How can they kind of make their way into the American companies?
My last company hired 3 international people. This is a privately held company. The founder is 70 years old, $500 million company. I come to him and say, we got to hire this Colombian. You can imagine what he's going, like, what? We can't find people here? Da, da, da. Trust me. It's very difficult for a small company to hire somebody. It takes about a year and a half and costs them $5,000 to $7,000 to get the legal stuff done and to go through all the motions and then to sponsor you. So it's unfortunate, but that's kind of the scenario. I think that international students under your current visa are able to work in your field for a year or 2 years. So that does give you a step in, and therefore I would focus on the multinational companies. And at VSI, which is really a situation we're in, we're an international organization. That's our focus. We don't hire international candidates because it's just so complex, or there's an appearance of complexity. So if you're able to talk with an immigration attorney who really knows this and can put it for you in simple words, that you can perhaps convince a hiring manager that, hey, I know that you say that you're not hiring international students or international. Let me just share with you this information. Maybe I can still help out. So you have a window to work. You can still work, for a year or 2 after you graduate. And then with some good knowledge, you can help get over that perception that it's an impossible thing to do.
Yeah, I agree, and we do look at international students. Certainly, as Alexander said, we work with a lot of multinational corporations who are looking for specific skill sets and that would fit into their culture. But we do find some great candidates who are here and here internationally. And so we found some great ones. We've placed some good ones, and we like to continue to put that in our network and in our matrix of candidates.
I guess, do we have any questions from the audience? Okay.
I'm a little older on the scale here, so one of my drivers for going to grad school is to change careers. So what advice would you give someone 47 years old looking to change careers? How do I build my resume here?
What would you, so in terms of changing careers, we do, and I think Alexander alluded to this. Are there some things that you did, in your current career that are transferable to the career that you want to go to? And I think if you could do that, I think that you would have a good shot of really transferring your skill set, from your previous career to the new career. Definitely if you could, articulate that on a resume, or if it's so far off, you tend to look, tell me what you did, let's talk about that. Why you think you'd be a good fit in this new career? Did you do anything that could help you in your previous experience with your new career, whether education-wise or experience-wise or volunteering, that sort of thing.